We're facing a crisis from COVID-19. We're facing a crisis around racial equity, and we're facing a housing crisis, and we are facing the climate crisis. And at every one of those fulcrums of change, there's NOAA helping the city out.
It reaches out that helping hand. It provides opportunities for people to grow, for them to exhibit their own leadership, to shape their own community, and to be part of something much bigger than themselves.
In my childhood, I was at risk for homelessness and lived in a housing project for most of my childhood. And for me to be able to turn around and work at an agency that helps with affordable housing and helps people keep their homes and stay in their homes is just it's just wonderful. It's just fabulous.
Even if you make a difference in one person, one family, one neighborhood, that grows.
They can go with you in the whole process to buy a house. And like the American dreams come true, right? So they help so many ways.
When it comes to purchasing a home, they say it's possibly the biggest investment that we make in our lives. So it's very important for people to educate themselves prior to going through the process of buying a home.
We take case by case as it was like our own.
Just to provide that information to them and be able to guide them.
I feel like what sets NOAA apart is first and foremost the history of how long NOAA has been around East Boston.
They do everything. So, I mean, it's unbelievable organization, NOAA.
This is our job, but it's also our passion to help people.
NOAA is really the premier community organization focused on providing critical services and programs, whether it's housing, financial services, language support, community building, and then of course environment and open space advocacy and stewardship. So it's really like the full package.
The end goal is to really build a beautiful, diverse, economically diverse community. And so we want newcomers. We want people to call East Boston home. We just don't want people who have lived here, who called it home, to feel forced to leave. So it's that balancing act, and I think NOAA's been part of that balance for many, many years.
To help the neighborhood gain its voice through NOAA, to bring climate and sea level rise and storm surge protections to our community, to get them in the budget.
The only way we can sustain the gains we make today is to make sure they're going to function in the future. And that's why it's also good to invest in the youth, right?
It's so important for our youth to have a voice and be part of decision-making processes and just part of the community.
We'd be remiss not to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible work that NOAA does each and every year, but particularly this year, which has been so difficult for so many in our community, to support them so that they can continue their mission of uplifting residents of our community.
They put people at the core of all their actions. And they realize that the barriers to affordable housing are the same barriers to racial equity, are the same barriers that disproportionately affect people of color, are the same barriers that disproportionately affect immigrants and women. And so by taking a people-centric approach, they actually broaden their programs. They broaden their scope of work so that they can help a community in full and really wrap around services to make an impact for social justice and change. So they are a remarkable organization.